Call Allah Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors unto the great men and leaders, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace salutations unto the hopeful elect. Lord willing, once again I am simply Yahweh, and the topic for tonight's show, Lord willing, and hopefully edifying lesson will be entitled A Grim Outlook. Things are getting Maduro. I chose to purposely title it that. I'm going to repeat it again. A grim outlook. Things are getting Maduro. Now, for those of you that obviously may not understand well enough what Maduro means, Maduro is the name of obviously the Venezuelan, the now former and exiled Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. All right, just last weekend, all right, he got pushed out of rulership in from Venezuela and brought here to exile to the United States and New York. All right, Trump did a surprise New Year's Day move on him. All right, because just last Saturday that was basically the main headline news. All right, Trump capturing Maduro. Okay, and Maduro is now in a New York City jail awaiting trial. All right, while Trump and company, all right, legally seized, the oil resources of Venezuela. All right, it is now under their domain, their control. All right, okay, and according to Trump, all right, the United States will somehow have a ruined say in Venezuela, indefinitely. All right, it's either temporarily or indefinitely, but I think he said indefinitely. All right. Now, now getting back to the name Maduro, okay? If you add the letter S next to the letter A on that man's last name, you get you get the word you get two Spanish words, mas duro, okay? The word duro, okay? The man's name, the now exiled so-called president of Venezuela leader's name, Maduro, right? If you take a close look at if you analyze and look up the meaning of duro, not Maduro, duro, that means hard. Anyway, I'll Lord willing, for edification's sake, we're gonna look them names up real shortly. All right, but in a nutshell, okay, más duro in Spanish means harder. Okay, we're in for some real harder times. That's why I chose. That's why I chose to just throw Maduro in there, whether you would understand it or not. But these are the times that we're in. Okay, things are getting harder. Things are getting Maduro. All right, más duro, harder. Okay, and so far the year has begun with a damn bang, man. Okay, this man is just, he's executing. He's the Most High is putting the spirit on this man to be like a whirlwind. All right, he's doing everything simultaneously. All right, like taking desperate measures. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, one week, one week, he kidnaps the leader of another country. but brings him over here an exile, right? That treats him like a criminal, and then the other week, which is the week that we're in now, the other week he makes an announcement saying we're going to take over Greenland now. Okay, so he's doing everything. Only Lord knows what next weekend might bring. All right. So last weekend he captured and brought to exile, all right, Nicolas Maduro. And now earlier today, this Saturday, January 10th, 2026, right? He made an announcement saying that the U.S. will take Greenland and they're going to do something over there, whether they like it or not, according to his words. Meanwhile, the government, the Finnish government, the Denmark, they're the ones behind Greenland, right? They're saying that they're preparing their troops over there to shoot and kill at first sight. Okay, to shoot and kill any arriving U.S. military forces. Okay, so things are heating up. That things are building up, man. Okay, not it's only the first few days of the so-called New Year, and so much has happened. So much is already happening, man. Who you think is behind all this? Okay, who you think is you think you think Donald Trump alone is behind all these things? No, it's the Most High doing this. The higher power. He's shortening the days, man. Okay, and Apostle Elder Tahar has already said that you know that this might be the year that this you know it's not a declaration. It is it is only an assumption. It's you know what I'm saying. It's basically a guess for now. All right, that Lord willing, we might be out of here by the end of this year. A lot could happen between now and December. If there's a lot happening now, then you can bet your ass that even more will happen by December. All right, and and for those of you that might be watching, you better buckle up, man. Buckle up. We all need to buckle up because it's gonna be one hell of a bumpy ride. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a bumpy ride, man. That's why we need to call on the name Yahweh Bahashan Yahushai. We need the higher power on our back because this man desperately wants to show in these last days there is no such thing as God. I am God. I am the higher power. If I want to take over another country, I'll take it. Damn it! I don't give a fuck. I'm the big bad white man. I'm the leader. I'm the president. If I want to take over another country, I'll take it. Fuck it. If I want to seize another leader in another country, fuck it. That's my business. I do what the fuck I want to do. This is my world. All right. That is the white man's mentality. That's Esau's mentality, man. Okay. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cliff of the rock. All right. That saith, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's in Obadiah, the first chapter. And Lord willing, that's one of the first. That is one of the scriptures, Lord willing, that I have lined up for this evening. All right. Now, we're gonna get right to the nitty gritty. All right. We're gonna go to the scriptures, and then I'll look up a few articles and I also gonna look up some names that will go hand in hand with tonight's topic and hopefully edifying lesson. All right, so here we are in blue letter. Let's go to John 10 and 10, right? All right, all right. So this is John 10 and 10, and it says this: the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. All right, so right there, did the apostle, one of the Lord's 12 apostles, John, okay, he's mentioning Esau here, and part of his wicked nature is that of being a thief. Okay, here it is, in the white man's world today, and what remains of his world. Okay, Esau likes to pinpoint the finger at the colored, the so-called colored. He likes to pinpoint his finger at the black or colored man as being the thief. Okay, he would put a young black man in jail just for stealing or trying to take a loaf of bread. You know what I'm saying? But who's the real thief at the end of the day? All right, okay. The United States of America, as you know it today, okay, does not really belong to this man. Okay, he took it by means of force, by means of bloodshed, okay, by means of thievery, bloodshed, lies, deception, fraud. And that's how he took over the whole world. Okay? That's how the white man took the rest of the world. All right, because believe it or not, every single country on the globe, all right, the original people on the planet Earth were at one time dark skinned people. All right, but you were all led to believe all dark skinned people come from Africa. Africa, 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 Africa only for the African. All right, nothing but bullshit lies, man. Okay, and just for the record, the Israelites, all right, the so-called Negro, all right, and the so-called Negro, all right, the so-called Negro and the so-called Africans, all right, despite despite the similarities with the dark melanin, are not the very same people. They are not the very same people. They don't have the same spirit. They don't act nor think the same. You know what I'm saying? They're two different people. And that's how the Lord created the other nations, despite also being dark skinned at first, before Esau took over. All right? So the whole bottom line here is that this world as we know it today was taken. It was stolen. All right? And here it is today in 2020, so-called 2026. The so-called white man is still yet showing, all right? He's not satisfied with what he's able to get or what he already has. He feels that he must have more. All right? I got to have everything. You understand what I'm saying? To this very day, all right? He is still committing acts of thievery. All right? What happened in Venezuela, what's getting ready to happen now in Greenland, okay? And Greenland happens to be a so-called white country, right? Ain't nothing but white folks out there, as far as I know. Greenland, okay? But the white man don't care about that. The main reason he wants to take Greenland is for its resources, okay? Any country on earth that has vast, rich amount of resources, a good example of that would be the oil in Venezuela, right? Any country on earth that has these vast uh, amount of minerals and resources and what have you, okay? Esau feels that he has to take that. I'll take that by force, by any means necessary. I'll take that. All right, and so that remains his attitude to this very day. That's his thinking, man. Okay, so once again, the thief cometh not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. Okay, I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Okay, so John is referring right there to those that come into this truth. All right, that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly by means of learning this truth and accepting who you are. All right, accepting who you are. All right, and not make mockery of the Lord's prophets and elders that for years have been out there spreading this truth already. Okay? All right. Now, a quick precept to this, would be, okay, let me see, John 8, and the truth shall set you free. Okay? And ye shall know the truth. Let me, and ye shall know the truth. Now, this this scripture I did not have lined up, but that's the spirit, man. And ye shall know the truth. All right. Let's just read. Let's just read that real quick. All right. And ye shall know the truth. That's also in the book of John. Uh, all right. Just bear with me a moment. John 8:32. All right. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Okay? And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. All right? So understanding these scriptures and what they really mean and how you must really interpret them, that already makes you free. It sets you free from being a prisoner of your mind, for being in the prison of your mind. All right, like the so-called white man originally set you up as being, because the last thing he wants a colored man, uh the last thing he wants, a Jake, as Apostle Elder Tahar would refer, the last thing he wants a colored man, a so-called Negro or Native American or Hispanic man, the last thing the white man wants is for that Jake to have knowledge and understanding of his or herself. All right? They want you to think and believe that you come from Africa, Africa, Africa. You're nothing but an African American. Your great forefathers were nothing but monkeys. All right? That swarm around the trees of Africa, African American. All right? That's why that's how and why they got you playing basketball and stuff The majority of you like basketball, right? You like shooting them hoops, right? You understand what I'm saying? All right. That's why it says here, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. I once had no understanding of this truth myself. I was once in darkness, my damn self, man. Okay? But the Lord showed me the path. All right? Just like he showed the elders and the apostles and elders the path first. Okay? All right? That you know what I'm saying? That you seek this truth. I sought this truth out. All right, you seek this truth out in your own tribulation, in your own pain and suffering. All right, that's why the Lord has said also, in thy affliction thou shalt seek me early. All right, and that's what happened with me. I started seeking this truth the way you should be seeking this truth, but not everybody has the same spirit. Some of you that might be watching may not know the kind of hell that many others have had to face and endure. You're still in your comfort zone, all right? But when the Most High starts shaking your world up, all right, and a beloved family member suddenly drops dead and the tragedy hits home and you start losing money or even your damn job, all right, then you can't help starting to bug the hell out. All right, and you go from being in the comfort zone to going, ah, oh my God, why is this happening? All right, why is it happening? Because you sought not the truth. You sought not the Most High. All right, and this ain't no time for you being you being laid back and negligent in this thing. All right. So there you go. All right. So now let me pull up some of the articles here on Greenland. Right. This has been the top news of the day. All right. Last weekend it was all about Maduro and Venezuela, and now suddenly Greenland. Okay. So I got a series of articles here. All right. Just to give you a quick heads up, the first one is from Salakia. The first one is from CBS News. Greenland's party leaders firmly reject Trump's push to acquire island. We don't want to be Americans, end quote. You see? Salakia. The second one, Trump eyes Greenland and Europe figures its best bet is a negotiation. From ABC News, Trump says U.S. will do something on Greenland whether they like it or not. All right. From BBC in Great Britain, it says here, Trump says U.S. needs to own Greenland to prevent Russia and China from taking it. What a perfect excuse. All right. From CNN, U.S. will take Greenland the hard way if it can't do it the easy way, Trump says. So there you go. Okay? From the last one I'm pushing out. From Political. When Greenland pushed, Trump once again thinks he's got the cards. So there you go, man. This man is moving like a whirlwind. Okay? That hey, that Esau is on a rampage, man. Okay, he's on a rampage. That's why I said earlier we all need to buckle up. Okay, and Psalms 91 does say, Psalms the 91st chapter, what one of my personal favorites, and it's also a great prayer for protection. All right, Psalms 91 does say, all right, He is thy shield and buckler. All right, the Lord should be thy shield and buckler in these last days, man. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Well, there you go. His truth. The what truth? The did not I just what did not I just read John? All right. Did not I just read John 10 and 10? All right. John 8 and 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Psalms 91 goes, His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. We're going to need that shield and buckler, man. A lot of hell is getting ready to break loose. All right? We're only into the first 10 days of this new year, and already the decades have already happened in a week. Like Apostle Tahar made some reference of that a week ago. I saw one of his shows, and he quoted the revolutionist Russian leader Vladimir Putin, Salakia, not Vladimir Putin, Vladimir Lenin. Lenin, Lenin was the one that helped push the 1917 Bolshevik Revolution. He started that whole communist thing in Russia, right? But hey, since I brought that up, let's try and look up that quote real quick for edification's sake. Apostle Tahar made great reference of it on one of his presentations. All right, so let me just type Vladimir Lenin uh, Weeks quote. Yeah, there you go. Weeks quote. Let's get that one. All right. Okay. I found it. Just bear with me a moment. We're gonna read. We're gonna read this quote that was referenced by Apostle Elder Tahar on his channel on one of his shows when he mentioned Vladimir Lenin. Here you go. And Lenin said, and there's the face of Vladimir Lenin, the Russian revolutionary, all right, who led the Bolshevik Revolution. There you go now. Let's see if I can get the quote real quick. He said, there are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen. Words of wisdom, right? That sounds like words of wisdom to you, whoever's watching. These were the words of a Russian revolutionary now, a Russian revolutionary who helped bring down the original leaders of Russia were known as the Tsars of Russia, and their ancestry. I'm talking about the Tsars of Russia. The Tsars of Russia, to my understanding, their ancestry went back to, you guessed it, so-called Negro. Okay, Negroes were the first to actually rule Russia, and this man, that face that you see right there, was set up by Rothschild and Company. That's right, Rothschild. Rothschild, Rothschild set this man up to jumpstart the Bolshevik Revolution. All right, so that's all I'm getting on that. So there you go. There are decades where nothing happens, and weeks where decades happen. Now, Apostle Elder Tahar made reference of that because in only the first week of 2026, so many different things happening here and there, but left and right, that it already seems like decades have happened in one fucking week. All right, in only one fucking week, so much has happened. All right, so much has happened. Let's get back. Let's get back to the page. So much has happened. All right. You have the situation. You got the situation in Greenland now. The situation with Venezuela. All right. And also a few weeks ago, all right, I must also make mention of this in this segment. A few days ago, a so-called white woman got shot out there in uh, Minneapolis, right, in Minnesota, right? In Minneapolis, ain't that the town where my man Prince was from? The singer Prince, all right? Yeah, rest in peace, bro. Yeah, that was his hometown out there, Minneapolis. All right. Anyway, a so-called white woman got shot by an ICE agent. All right. Let's look her name up real quick. All right. Her name was Renee Good. All right. Renee Good. Renee Good shooting. And Salaka. An ICE agent shot her in the damn face, man. All right. And there's been an uproar all throughout the state of Minnesota. Them white people over there, they're in an uproar now. They're upset at the white government. All right, they're upset and protesting their white government now because an ICE agent shot one of their own. Now my question is, all right, had it been a Jake that had been shot, had it been a so-called black man or black woman that had been shot, would they have been protesting out there like that? Hell no. Hell no, they would not be protesting, man. They're protesting because of the fact that it was one of their own that got shot down. All right? Plain and simple. That's why they're protesting. All right? Have you ever seen them protesting on behalf of a nigger that got shot or a spick that got shot? You see what I'm saying? But this whole thing could hey, it could also lead to a civil war. All right? So we got both a civil war and World War III brewing. All right? Both different wars brewing at once at the same motherfucking time, man. All right? Okay, so there's just been a lot going on in less than a week, in less than 2 weeks. All right? What was that quote I just read? I just read you that quote a little while ago, right? From the Russian communist leader. All right, the decades have already occurred in 1 week. Now, so you can look more this article on your own. Just type Renee Good. All right, it gives you all kind of information on her, and you know what I'm saying. And okay, So there you go. And speaking of ICE, let's let's bring this other news up real quick. All right, a remark made by the vice president shortly after the white woman got shot. Uh, J.D. Vance, to door, to door comment. Okay, for any of you that might be watching, all right, this may not sound like very good news to you either. All right, hold on a second. Just bear with me a moment. J.D. Vance, the vice president, door to door comment. All right. Immigration enforcement ramp has only just begun, Vice President Vance promises. Okay? So let's look this up real quick from USA Today. All right? That's one of the reasons I chose to name this topic a grim outlook. Things are getting Maduro or harder. All right? So, all right. Okay, I'm going to read some of this article. All right? You take a good look at the right side of the screen. I'm going to begin reading. Federal officials say Americans can expect to see. Federal officials say Americans can expect to see even more muscular immigration enforcement in the coming months. With over 10,000 new ICE agents hitting the streets, armed with personal data harvested by private contractors. Uh oh. Okay, now, I'm going to keep reading. Speaking of a January 7th Fox News broadcast, Vice President J.D. Vance said ICE would be going door to door in the coming months as agents carry out President Donald Trump's plans for the largest mass deportation in history. Federal officials say they've now got about 22,000 agents and investigators, up from 10,000 a year ago. So that's all I'm reading on that. Just to give you a quick heads up, the vice president made it loud and clear that in the next coming months, they're going to execute door to door searches. Door to door, all right? All right? Door to door. I don't know exactly what states or cities might might be affected by this. Maybe all 50 states. But hey, hey, they're coming. All right. That's why I said earlier, you better buckle up. All right. We all need to buckle up. It's gonna be one hell of a bumpy ride, man. Okay. Now these would you like the idea of ICE agents knocking right at your door, man? All right, and in the middle of the damn night, all right, or on an early sunrise morning, all right, just when you think you're getting your best sleep, they might even trample. They may not even bother knocking. They'll push their way right in, man. Okay, all right. Like it or not, like it or not, man, you are living in a modern day Nazi Germany, Gestapo society, man. That's where this place is coming to. All right? That's where it's all leading to. All right? That's where it's all coming to, man. All right? You best better believe it, bro. All right? So with that, all right? Salakia. I'm going to go to the next scripture now, real quick. All right? Habakkuk 2 and 5. All right? Let's look that up real quick. Okay? Just bear with me a moment. All right. Habakkuk 2 and 5. All right. King James Version. And it says this: Yea, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Okay? Now who is this man? Who is this adversary that the prophet is mentioning here? Who is that he? Who is that he is a proud man that neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death? Who is he? Who the fuck is he? I'm asking you, the viewer, do you know that answer? You should know it. That should be a very easy answer. All right? The he is the so-called white man, Esau. This world as we know it right now, this society, is still under his domain. As I mentioned earlier, he stole this whole planet Earth. All right? You see what's getting ready to happen in Greenland now. All right? You have seen what's taken place already down in Venezuela, and more things are getting ready to happen because this man keepeth not at home. All right? He gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right? I mentioned before why does the United States have an embassy all throughout the world? United States embassy here, another United States embassy there. Why is that, man? Ask yourselves that question. All right? It's like the scripture here is saying. All right? All right? But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right? In short summary, that is what this so-called New World Order is about. All right? This NWO that they are moving fast forward and trying to establish. They want to heap unto themselves all people. All right? That's what that MOTB system at the end of the day is all about. Revelation, the 13th chapter. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their left hand or forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark, nor the name of the beast, nor the number of his name. All right? Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 threescore and six. All right? So, hey, so the Lord had me, you know, I know that scripture by heart already, man. Okay? And it wasn't even included and my and you know and was not included because every time I do these sit downs, I write down the scriptures that I will go that I will read and interpret. You know what I'm saying? That I try to teach unto whoever, especially those of our people that may watch, that may hear or forbear. Plain and simple. But yeah, there you go. All right. That is what this scripture is also saying here. He is a proud man. Now this man and this man in the White House right now, he happens to be the great epitome of pride. Okay? Every statement he makes and every move he makes is with pride. Okay? He's full of pride. It's all over his face, man. Okay? He is a proud man. Okay? That ain't just talking about Nero Trump. It's talking about the so-called white race in general. All right? Because for hundreds of years they have colonized and ruled with tyranny this whole planet Earth. All right? And more tyranny from them is getting ready to happen. Okay? Revelation 12 and 12. All right? Okay, for the devil cometh unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Revelation 12 and 12, man. All right? I always got to bring that scripture up. All right? Now, I will bring I read Habakkuk, okay? I will bring Obadiah up real shortly. All right? Or better yet, I'll bring Isaiah 33 and 6 first. But before we do that, all right, let me just go here real quick. Okay, so once again, I'm on Google. I'm gonna look a few words up that I promised earlier for edification's sake. Let's type the meaning of Maduro. That is the name of the so-called dictator that is now exiled here in America, right? But Maduro meaning, okay, in English, Maduro. Okay, here you go. Maduro, Spanish, Portuguese, means ripe, mature, mellow, or fully developed, referring to fruit, people, wise, older, or even cigars, dark fermented leaves. It can also describe something aged or seasoned, like a mature tobacco or a person entry in years. Okay? All right. So in summary, in English, Maduro also means mature. All right. Now, I mentioned Masduro earlier, right? Masduro. Masduro in English. All right. What is the meaning of Masduro? Here we go. Here's the words I was looking for. Masduro. All right. Masduro. Masduro. What does it mean? Hard, tough, harsh, rough, difficult. There you go. All right. That's why I chose to name this segment Things Are Getting Maduro. All right. Now, Let's look over the word grim real quick. Grim, okay? You know, grim, that's the grim reaper, right? Grim meaning. Okay, here we go. Get ready, get ready, get ready. The meaning of the word grim. Okay? So all right, here you go. Salakia, let me type definition to get a better dictionary outlook on it. All right. All right, grim. All right. All right. I'm looking at the words, all right? Forbidding or uninviting, okay? Other words down, they look a little smaller, but bear with me. All right? I see the word stern here. Stern, forbidding, uninviting, unapproachable, aloof, distant, okay? Formidable, strict, dour, all right? Harsh, steely, thinly, stonely, fierce. All right, those are some of the meanings of the word grim. I just mentioned stony and fierce as 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 the few meaning of those, man. So there you go. All right, okay, and just bear with me a moment. I got a few more scriptures lined up. All right, uh, let me just type this real quick. Nicolas Maduro, AI videos. All right. All right. The brief point I want to make with this is, you know, this situation is really a serious one. All right. Aside from Salakia, aside from aside from aside from the Greenland situation now, this is also pretty serious. The whole thing with Maduro, you know, what it might possibly lead to concerning the oil and all that. And you know, meanwhile, for the past couple of days on YouTube, you know, YouTube and they probably come more from TikTok, right? And you know, they download them videos from TikTok on YouTube as well. You know, the point is we got some fools out there making AI parody videos of Nicolas Maduro dancing with Donald Trump or trying to escape out of prison and landing right in front of President Trump's Oval Office or Nicolas Maduro dancing like you know that they got Nicolas Maduro, you know, dancing like a faggot alongside P Diddy. You know what I'm saying? That they're trying to make humor and mockery out of a very serious situation, man. That you know, so some of them videos might seem pretty funny, but it's not really funny. This is not a funny. It's not really a funny situation, man. All right? These bozos out there that ain't got nothing better to do but make these sick AI generated videos, of Putin, of Maduro, of Trump together in a video and all that. And they got Maduro dancing and shit and flipping towels and all that now, next to fucking P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see if I could find that video real quick. All right. I mentioned P. Diddy, right? Hold on. Hold on a minute. There goes some of them videos right there, man. All right. They're making how should I put it? They're making like homosexual references to these videos. Let's check out this one right here real quick. All right. I may not play it just to show you. You can look it up for yourself. To take a good look at the right at the right side of the screen right there. Okay, the right side of the screen. There you go. Look at this shit right here. Those are AI generated images of the now exiled leader Nicolas Maduro. They got him wearing a blonde wig, all right, and holding hands with P Diddy. You see, like them having a little, you know what I'm saying, a little gay affair going. You see what I'm saying? All right. Look at all this folly right here, man. This is folly. This is folly. Folly. All right. For folly is set in great dignity. This is folly, man. Okay. The situation that's really happening with this man should not be made. You know what I'm saying? Should not be taken lighthearted. This is a hard situation, man. Okay, that could lead to a major world crisis, and that's exactly what these enemies want. That's what the elites want. That's part of their whole new world order plan. You see what I'm saying? All right, Isaiah 33 and 6. All right, let's get to the scriptures now. All right. All right, just bear with me a moment. All right, so I'm Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Most High is his treasure. So there you go. And these difficult times we're in, about to get more difficult, more challenging, and even life threatening. You know what I'm saying? It says here, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right? The wisdom and knowledge, what I said earlier, knowing this truth. All right? Getting back to John 8:32, which I read about earlier, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. The truth about who you really are. The truth about the Lord's true name, his true self. Not no Jesus, not no Jesus Cristo. All right, that ain't the truth I'm talking about. It's the truth that he himself thought thousands of years ago. and still requires that same truth to be taught today. All right, the true nature of these scriptures, the true nature of, of how the Lord, of how the higher power really is. You understand what I'm saying? All right, not that, not you're not supposed to interpret this truth and mix it with your so-called Roman Catholic or even Nation of Islam, the doctrine, or so-called Christian. All right, the Holy Bible itself does not deal with religion. It is not really a religious book. You were taught that way by Esau, the so-called white man. This book in general is not about religion. It's about nationality. It's about nationality. It's about a nation of people coming together, all right, and help establish a kingdom, all right. Believe it or not, it is also a revolutionary book. It's about revolution, man. The Lord Himself is the ultimate revolutionary. Okay, he's gonna show that too upon His second return. Watch and be in great fear. All right, all right. Watch and be in great fear in that day, man. All right, okay. That's what that's talking about here, man. All right, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability. Stability. All right, if you don't have any stability or faith on you, then how you gonna hold on? How you gonna survive? You understand what I'm saying? Okay? You gotta have the higher power on your side. You gotta have the angels on your shoulder, man. Okay? All right? The book of Psalms, the 34th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. The angel of the Most High encampeth round about them that fear him. If you don't fear the Lord, then you get no protection. Simple as that, man. Okay, so I also mentioned earlier Psalms 91. All right, His truth. Well, once again, there goes the word truth. The truth of the Lord, the truth of the real Lord, and what He really is, what He really looked like. He did not look like no so-called white man now with long straight hair. All right, His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. All right, Psalms 91, man. All right. Let's get to Obadiah now, real quick. All right. We're going to read a few verses off of that. Obadiah 1. All right. And I made a reference to Obadiah 1 a little while ago. All right. Let's just get there real quick, Lord willing. Okay. So it says here, Edom will be humbled. All right. Okay, I just read a little while ago in Habakkuk 2 and 5 that he or they, the so-called white race, especially those that are ruling, the elite banking families, and their president Donald Trump and all these other so-called world leaders, they are prideful. They are full of pride. So it says here, Edom will be humbled. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power, concerning Edom, concerning who? The forefather, the progenitor of the so-called white race. All right? We have heard a rumor from the Lord, Salakia, And an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us, Salakia. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. So that's what's getting ready to happen, battle. All right? The Trump is seriously he's seriously thinking of making a move to Greenland. It ain't just talk anymore, it's official. It's only a matter of days. And the Greenland government over there is ready. They're getting armed and ready to open fire at first sight. At first sight of a U.S. soldier there, they're gonna open fire, man. So it's gonna get bloody, all right? Ain't no telling what the next couple of days or weeks might bring of this month. Ain't no we must brace ourselves. Ain't no telling what major crisis is on the way, and it will happen, like it or not. It's only a matter of time now. All right. So arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. That's talking about nations like Greenland getting ready to. They're not going to just sit back and and let the eagle take over. They're going to fight back. All right. That's a civil war, civil unrest. Okay. Okay. World chaos getting ready to happen. World War III. All right. Verse 2, Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that hath said in his heart, Who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this I will bring thee down, saith the Lord. All right? So that's all I'm reading of. Hey, the Lord, that's condemning Esau, the so-called white race, all the way. That's their condemnation scripture there, man. Okay? Their whole future is forecast, even their future elimination, their future extinction, so you can understand. Their future annihilation is in this book. All right? That's right, their future annihilation after 1,000 years of slavery, which those 1,000 years are gonna be nice and super long, not go by fast like today's years are doing. They're gonna be super long for Esau Edom, for the so-called white man and the kingdom, man. But after 1,000 years of slavery, guess what? No more so-called white man, no more nation of Edom. They're gonna be burnt alive, man. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You think I'm making this up? Let's scroll down to one of the last verses for edification's sake. All right? And you see that I ain't bullshitting. Okay? All I gotta do, all I gotta do is read verse 18 right here. All right? This was written thousands of years ago, long before me and either one of you was ever even born or created, all right? And it says this, Obadiah 1 and 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau a stubble. All right? Meaning that the Israelites are going to gather all Edomites up, the Israelites, the so called Negro and Latino, the future leaders, okay, the future world leaders and governors. They're going to gather Esau up, all right? That's why it says here, in the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. These are the words coming from the supreme being himself, the creator and king of the whole universe. All right? The Father of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Not no Jesus Christ now. These are the words coming from the Creator Himself. And there should not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. There you go now. Okay? So none of what I'm saying here ain't my interpretation. All right? Okay? It's already been written. Okay? Plain and simple, man. All right? Second Esdras now. Let's go there. Second Esdras. Bear with me a moment. All right. Second Esdras 15. I'm going to read a few verses off of this. Going to start at verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. All right? So basically, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? Uh, we are not supposed nor should fear, all right, what Esau Edom has in store in these last days to try and persecute and harm and even humiliate certain brothers. All right. And when you hear the vice president talking about, future door to door searches for people, you know what I'm saying? It says here, fear not the imaginations against thee, against us as a people. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So there you go. So we have all these proud leaders, both the president and vice president speaking, speaking really against you people, the so-called American people, mainly you so-called black people in America. All right. You know what I'm saying? All right. Uh, we should not fear their imaginations against us. All right. If the Lord got our back, whom and what should we fear? You know what I'm saying? It was really the supreme being that helped establish this nation and set this caveman up in the first place. All right? It is really him whom we should really fear. Plain and simple, man. All right? Salakia. Verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So if you ain't got no faith on you, if you don't really believe in this thing, then you out of here, man. Plain and simple. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So right now, like it or not, day by day, no matter what news you put on, it's right in front of you. You're seeing it day by day now. It's right in front of you, man. Okay, you're seeing the beginning stages of this prophecy finally unfolding. Okay, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, the sword by the sword is by means of them ice agents. Okay? The Lord is using them in these last days to come against you tribes. All right? You Jakes, you so-called colored people that turn your back from the Lord, you don't want to seek him, so he's going to lead you to the slaughter, famine, death, and destruction. Okay, a famine, all right, an economic collapse, all right, no more means of getting your favorite food or drink at the supermarket. You know what I'm saying? Major chaos on the way, man. Like it or not, that's what's coming. All right. Verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and hurtful works, Salakia, hurtful works are fulfilled. All right, the hurtful works of Esau, Edom, now more than ever, are being fulfilled. Okay, okay, the DJ Nero Trump taking over Venezuela, and now taking over Greenland. All right, so their hurtful works are being fulfilled. All right. Verse 8, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those days in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. All right, the blood of those that have already been executed and put to death in this white country, their spirits cry unto the Lord. All right, they cry unto the Lord. When are you going to avenge us, Lord? When art thou going to avenge us? You see what I'm saying? And the souls of the just complain continually. There you go. I just mentioned it. And the souls of the just complain unto the Most High continually. When wilt thou do when wilt thou do us justice, Lord, against those that executed us? There you go. Verse 10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. Now that Egypt, all right, America as you know it, is today's modern day Egypt and modern day Rome. Well, that's the Egypt that it's talking about. All right, and I will bring and and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. How is he going to destroy all the land thereof? By means of World War III. All right? Them nuclear missiles finally getting shot. That's how it's going to go down, man. All right? Verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. Woo! There you go, man. That says it all right there. All right? Now, Second Esdras 16. Let's go there real quick. And I'll end it with Jeremiah 30 and 7. All right? Okay, I'm going to read the first the first the first three I'm going to read the first four verses of it. All right? The first five verses. Second Esdras 16 and 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. That's talking about the word woe means destruction. All right? Death, so you can understand. Verse 2, gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair. Beware your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Uh-oh. That's heavy now. That's heavy. Verse 3, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Hey, the Lord got heavy things in store for Esau Edom, man. All right. Now I'm gonna jump down. I'm gonna skip all the way to verse 17. All right. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? All right. So the prophet Esdras, upon seeing all this chaos and destruction that's coming, you know, he basically exclaimed and he yelled out, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? All right. The answer is the answer is we're supposed to have faith. The Lord will be our deliverer in these days, man. All right. Once again, I'm going to quote Psalms 91. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. All right. Okay. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and are safe. Proverbs 18, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So verse 18, second Esdras goes on to say, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. And what should I do when these evils shall come? There you go. All right. What we shall do in the meantime is, Lord willing, keep doing the best we can. Those of you that learn, don't just keep sitting back and take notes. You're supposed to be teaching your damn selves, man. The Lord requires that. So plain and simple. Verse 19, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be away mindful of the scourges. All right, so there you go. All right. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even them shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. All right. So there you go, man. All right. I'm going to read a little more. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, meaning shit, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. So there you go. The cities in modern day Rome in these last days are getting ready to be cast down, man. You see what I'm saying? For those of you that thought that 9/11 September 11th, 2001 was really something. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet, man. All right? The worst, like it or not, is ready. The Lord is getting ready, like it or not, He's getting ready to bring nothing but the worst down here. All right? So I'm gonna read Jeremiah 30 and 7 and closing. All right? In the midst of all this chaos that's coming, right? Jeremiah 30 and 7. All right. Just bear with me a moment. Okay, I got it. Here it comes. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So the Lord is promising to help his elect escape the perils of Jacob's trouble. All right, when all hell finally breaks loose, which there's a strong possibility that it could all go down this very year, man. All right, as much as everything is happening in less than a week already, imagine the next coming weeks or months. Okay, so Lord's will that let's just brace ourselves here. All right, hope and pray for His mercy and deliverance. All right. So with that, I hope y'all been edified. Shalom.